We called it the Traveler, and its arrival changed us forever.
Behold, your destiny is to play this new creation from Bungie Studios. Yes, Bungie, you know, the Halo people. This is their next venture, and they're actually branching out to other consoles. PC, you can play Halo there before, but you know, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PS4. Oh my god, Sony consoles. It's crazy. I myself, this is the PS4 version of the game. And at the outset, this game is so pretty. It really does feel like next gen. Everything from the particle events to all the planets you explore, it's just so cool. And may I add, before I get into story or anything like that, traversing the environments cannot be cooler. Yeah, you can run around as your guardian or whatever, but that doesn't, whatever. You can summon a goddamn speeder bike. You can summon a speeder bike. I don't care what they call it. It's a frickin' Star Wars speeder bike. And you look amazing. That's the best part of this game. Hands down, 5 out of 5 for that. Let's get into the other stuff to make this review more balanced. So, the story is, I should say the lore. The lore of this game is an alien race is hunting down this thing called the Traveler, which is this big moon-based thingy that doesn't open up. And it's very similar to Halo 4, really. So, this darkness, literally called the darkness, is trying to consume this big orb, and it devastated Earth because of that. And so humanity is now on this big space tower that's on Earth. And all the civilizations on other planets as well, like Venus and Mars, they're all shit. Everything's all fucked. Everything is fucked. So you're just trying to basically unravel the Traveler and the meaning, as well as destroy everyone that's up to hunt for the Traveler and this alien race and stuff. And, you know, the lore is cool. It's a cool environment. Everything looks cool. Everything feels great. If you played Halo before, it really does feel like Halo, from the jumping to the sound effects to just the look of everything. It feels Halo, which is to say the gameplay is just excellent. Everything is super, super polished. At the outset, you customize your character from male or female. You have 3 classes. You got the Titan class, you got the Warlock, and you got the Hunter. From the outset, they look different, but they're basically a gun class. And halfway through each class, it's basically you're doing the exact same thing. The only advantage is if you have more people playing with you, that's it. There's no, like, oh, I'm going to be the healer class to help you out. Or I'm going to be the tank, which you would assume would be the Titan, and absorb the blows while you guys are off in the distance. No, you could make that work, where you could have a high armor percentage on like a Titan, and have like the Hunter in the background trying to snipe. But, you know, they all basically play the same, and you can do as well alone if you have the right equipment, basically. That said, playing cooperatively, either in story missions, in multiplayer missions, or in like co-op strike team missions, it all feels good. It really feels kind of like Journey, just based on like the capes and stuff and the deserty environments. You know, you don't have to exactly say anything. You can do dad's moves. I actually played a strike team that was super, super hard. It took us quite a while to beat it, but once we did, we just had an epic dance party afterwards. We didn't need to say anything. All we need to do was dance and say, "Good job, everybody." That was super hard. You know, that makes for some very, very memorable moments. Same thing goes for multiplayer. You take your character in multiplayer in this Crucible, and you get experience and items that you can use in the single-player missions. It's ingenious, really, and you know, it serves so that you're not joining random places in the story on missions and then being player killed. It's like, oh, I just lost all my stuff. It's nice to have a separate area to do multiplayer missions in. That said, so you got your guns. Everything has a skill. Grenades are a skill. You don't really pick them up. The Hunter class is what I played, so I had a grenade, I was able to throw a dagger, I had this fire gun ability, and you unlock a subclass after level 15, and I had this awesome sword, and it's really cool. Again, but they all play pretty much the same. I dabbled in the other classes as well. You know, you yourself in the story are basically dead, and you are awakened by Peter Dinklage, which is this little tiny robot that pretty much looks like the robot from Halo. And, you know, his performance is here and there. At some points, he's actually kind of funny, and in that drab kind of humor sort of way as a robot should. and other times he just feels like he's phoning his line. It's very inconsistent, but it's not as bad as people say, and the story isn't as bad as people say. It's few and far between, but the cutscenes that are there are mysterious and make you want to see the sequel. That said, again, it really does feel like someone cut out the story. I mean, Nathan Fillion is a character in this tower, and all he says to you is like passing comments like, "Welcome back," or "Get back to the fight." He doesn't have any dialogue. All the characters on this tower have no dialogue. They don't even like tell you like, "Oh, I was out fishing the other day and I saw there's a big huge demon that you should go kill. It's really terrorizing stuff." Nothing. You just go up to them and it'll make some side comments like, "Oh, mission. Good luck." It feels really weird. And then even weirder when you're just randomly doing a quest and, you know, Peter Dinklage is like saying something to you like, "Oh, we need to get this thing, we need to do this, oh, this computer stuff is super crazy," and then there's a random cutscene that's like by far leagues above everything you've seen before. It's like, why is there not more of this? It feels kind of like a weird juxtaposition where it's like, because there's so little story in most of the game, seeing the story bits that are there in cutscenes is like, I don't feel like I'm a part of this, you know? So, you know, in terms of everything, let's sum it all up. Awesome gameplay, cool environments, looks beautiful. Story, blah. Lore, awesome. I want a sequel to expand upon this stuff. You can get an app on your phone device and look at lore on there, but there's nowhere in the goddamn game you can look at this lore. You unlock the lore to look on the app. It's mind-blowingly crazy, but it's really, really fun.
Can't we just stay here with the murderous robots?
No, little light.
Don't do that.
Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack, boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe.